Do you know anybody that's super outgoing and expressive? There's sometimes a loud one in the room and may do or say things that would embarrass most people. But it seems like no matter how embarrassing they may come off as, it works for them. People are for some reason drawn to this person and love being around them. You might think to yourself, how could somebody who does things that are so outrageous be so magnetic? This is because they're not hiding who they are inside. And honestly, people respect that. They're not stuck inside their comfort zone. Today, I'm going to talk to you about what it means to be stuck inside your comfort zone and excuses our brain makes to get ourselves stuck there in the first place. The comfort zone is a psychological state where our brain attempts to limit the amount of stress and anxiety that we experience on a daily basis. It revolves around the idea of familiarity. This makes sense because we humans love having the sense of control. This need for control exists in many forms and is always present in our day-to-day lives. Some people find that control in their careers by having a secure and high-paying job. Others may find it in their relationships by having a reliable partner. Having control is not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, we need it to have stability in our lives. This need for control does, however, become a bad thing when we bring worry over the possibility of losing what we have. We began thinking of all the ways something could go wrong and how our lives are going to be ruined forever once that happens. A major player in why we become so anxious and worried in life is because we don't know what the outcome of a situation might be. We have no control over what may happen. After all, these negative outcomes can bring drastic changes in our lives, and change can be a scary thought. The comfort zone protects us from this change by creating a system of habits and routines to help avoid any potential situations where we may experience anxiety or loss of control. The brain is a master at creating rationalizations. One of the ways that this occurs is by a principle called the spotlight effect. Have you ever walked into a room and felt like everybody was looking at you or judging you? This is a result of a spotlight effect. It's our brain believing that we are the star of the universe, and everything we do will have a profound effect on others. Ultimately, this boils down to the fear of how people perceive us and how they'll react to our behavior. In reality, we are not the leading actor in the grand stage of the universe. To be honest, nobody's really thinking of you all that much. They're too absorbed in their own behavior and what others think of them. Once you realize that nobody really cares what you do and your actions don't matter all that much, you will become free to do whatever you want. The feeling of potential embarrassment tends to lose its effect when you don't care about what others think. Another way that the brain twists situations to keep us in our comfort zone is by creating psychological defense mechanisms. Think of the brain separated into three parts: the id, the ego, and then the superego. The id represents primal desires and wants immediate gratification. The superego is more logical and has a reputation to uphold. This is the constant battle between primitive urges and our ethic and moral codes. Then think of the ego as the referee. The ego protects us from all the guilt and negative emotions we would feel from the conflicts that occur between the id and the superego. It does this by creating defense mechanisms. An example of this would be finding excuses for bad feelings, or excusing certain actions by writing them off as a one-time thing, or blaming others for these emotions or actions occurring. Another defense mechanism the brain uses is denial. This is avoiding the pain of dealing with a situation by simply pretending that it doesn't exist. This is most commonly seen in victims of trauma. When we deny what is going on, not only are we deluding ourselves from the truth, but in the long run, denial can prevent you from understanding things about yourself and your life that you seriously need to address. The next subject I want to talk to you about is perfectionism. Perfectionism is considered to be a form of procrastination. Procrastination means putting a goal or a task off for as long as possible until we have no choice but to do it. With perfectionism, we put off the goal or may never even complete the goal because we feel that it will not be perfect. A lot of the times, this fear comes from judgments of others and the belief that what we are working on will be criticized or rejected by other people. So in the end, we decide to do nothing at all. This need to be perfect is what stops us from doing things like starting our own business or following through on a passion because it will not be good enough or because other people can do it better than we can. Most people carry this same mentality. It's only the people that choose not to get stuck in this mentality who actually achieve their dreams. This leads me into my final psychological downfall, and that's planning paralysis. Planning paralysis, often called analysis paralysis, ties to the idea that we postpone a goal or a task until we have a fully fleshed out plan. I made this mistake myself. When I was in college, me and a buddy were going to start a tutoring business together. We spent months creating a business model, financial plan, logo, and we even did surveys to gauge the market. In the end, we never took action because we were spending all of our time planning. After months of planning, we decided that we no longer wanted to pursue the tutoring service because we weren't showing any progress. The idea fell through before it was even launched. This is a concept of analysis paralysis. It's the tendency to overplan to the point of inaction. Planning paralysis is a way of occupying our time to make it seem like we're keeping busy, but in reality, we're not making any real progress at all. So to wrap up, in this video we talked about what the comfort zone is, why our brain likes to stay inside the comfort zone, and the strategies the brain likes to use to keep us there. These strategies included the spotlight effect, defense mechanisms, perfectionism, and planning paralysis. This video focused on why we stay in our comfort zones. But in the next video, I will be showing you methods that you can use to break free of your comfort zone. If you found value in watching this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, Citthrough. Also, if you would like to watch the next video, how to break free of your comfort zone, please click the link in the video or down in the description. And remember, no matter what we're trying to achieve in life, together we can find the vision and the courage to see it through. See you next time, guys.